What's up, BlueTube? It's ya boy, the Blu-ray Bandit, back once again with another pawn shop haul video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Let's see what I can find. All right, I hit 3 pawn shops. Let's see what I got. The first pawn shop was a La Familia. I got 4 titles for a total of $9. We've got Dunkirk, the Christopher Nolan film based on the Battle of Dunkirk. It's a good one. I know a lot of people who love this movie. I like it as well, although I think there's not a lot of meat to this movie compared to some of Christopher Nolan's other movies. Evidently, this used to be some kind of rental copy, and it's in some kind of 2-disc Blu-ray case. I'll remove the sticker as well as put it in a single disc case and flip it on eBay. And here we have a Cloverfield 2-movie collection. This is the first Cloverfield movie and 10 Cloverfield Lane. Basically the only good Cloverfield movies. I mean, there's only 3, but these are the 2 that are good, even though they have very little in common, I would say. Yeah, not much to say about these. I think most people have seen these movies. It scans for about $6. I paid about $2. I have both of these titles on 4K, so I'm going to flip this collection to help pay for some of the titles in this haul that I plan on keeping. Like this one, it's a mad, mad, mad world. So I've definitely heard of this movie, but I've never seen it. It's a classic. I know there's oh man, somebody didn't take off the top sticker. Yeah, I know there's a Criterion version of this title as well out there somewhere, but I figured I'd give it a shot here in this format and then maybe track it down on Criterion if I decide that it's worth the price. And if I don't, it gets an easy $4 on eBay. We'll see after a first-time watch. And here we have Blinded by the Light, a movie that's about a kid who likes Bruce Springsteen. I think, yeah, once he heard the music of Bruce Springsteen, nothing could stop him. All right, I'm into it. From the director of Bend It Like Beckham, a movie that I enjoy. Haven't heard much about this movie. Haven't heard much good or bad. I have no clue. I'm going to give it a watch and then decide whether I'd like to keep it. Oh, with digital code. Yeah, I'm going to give it a watch and then decide whether I'm going to keep it at that point. If I decide not to keep it, it runs for about $5 on eBay. So I should get my money back and then some. The next place I went has no receipt, or at least I can't find it, but I know it was a pawn shop. I know I paid $20 for 11 titles, which brings them out to $1.81 each. Let's see what I got. This is William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, or rather Romeo plus Juliet, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes with slipcover. This is a Baz Luhrmann movie. It's a lot of, it's a musical of sorts. I don't know if it's a musical. I don't remember. I'm sure people sing, but it's a strange musical in that there's a lot of modern music in it, but like cover versions of modern music here and there, and kind of a 90s aesthetic, even though it's a Romeo and Juliet story. Yeah, it's a good one. One of my favorites from the 90s. It's definitely an interesting movie, for sure. A different, interesting adaptation. This slipcover is not flawless, but it's not doing too bad, like in the quality department. Got a couple dings in the corners here and there, but for the most part, this is a very good quality slipcover for a Blu-ray that's probably easily 10 years old. This title with slipcover runs about $6 on eBay. And here we've got Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. Now, if this was a year or two ago, this would have been worth anywhere from $30 to $70 because this was a long out-of-print title that eventually came back into print. When it came back into print, it was running about $20 new. I decided, you know what? I'm going to wait and just see if I can find a used copy once they start trickling down to the pawn shops. And eventually I got this one. This actually isn't the reissue. This is the original out-of-print version. It's really not worth very much these days comparatively to its out-of-print heyday. This runs about $8 on eBay right now for the first pressing of Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. Basically, nobody cared about whether it was out of print or not, other than it was rare at the time. Once they provided more supply, it met the demand, and the out-of-print title cratered in price. Which is fine. I'm just looking for a copy of Apocalypto. I paid $1.81 for this one, and that's all I care about, adding it to the shelf. Here's a brand new title. This is a triple feature of the original Superman the movie, Superman 2, the Donner Cut, and the failed Superman reboot, Superman Returns. I enjoy all of these movies. I know most people don't particularly love Superman Returns. And I wouldn't say I love it either, but I'm not mad at it either. Yeah, it's sealed, which makes it an easy flip at roughly $9 on eBay. Another easy flip and also sealed, it's the Bruce Lee double feature collection of Way of the Dragon and Game of Death. I haven't seen either of these. I'm not really a huge Bruce Lee fan. Not that I've experienced enough of his movies to really say that I wouldn't be. I just haven't dove in too deep on his filmography. Although now that I think about it, I don't think his filmography is all that deep. I don't remember how many movies he has, but it's not an insane amount by any stretch. Regardless, this is sealed. I don't really care that much about it, other than the fact that it runs roughly $20 on eBay, which will go a long way towards paying for the titles in this haul that I plan on keeping. Another 2-pack. This is The Specialist and Tango and Cash. Now, I don't think I've ever seen The Specialist, but I've definitely seen Tango and Cash and enjoy that movie. I did not have it in my collection, so when I saw this 2-movie collection, oh, interesting. There's a piece of paper in here. Somebody made notes in here. Oh, and it looks like there's also possibly yep, that's a digital code. Yeah, so I bought this basically for the Tango and Cash. The Specialist is a nice little bonus. 2 movies, 1 spot on my shelf, keeping it. Another sealed Blu-ray that'll be an easy flip. This is American Psycho, the uncut version. This runs about $5 on eBay. It's a good suspense thriller horror film that I believe has a 4K out there that I'm kind of waiting to get my hands on. I already own this on Blu-ray. Mine is open. This one is not. I'm going to sell the brand new copy, get my money back, and then some. Last one for this pawn shop. This is The Muppets Take Manhattan, one of my favorite movies of all time. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I think with this, I own maybe all of the Muppet movies, possibly, at least the theatrically released. For sure, I own. There might be a couple that went direct to video or direct to Disney Channel that I don't have yet. But yeah, this is easily my favorite Muppets movie of all of them, even though I like all of them. But this is my favorite. I just remember as a kid watching those Rizzo the Rat scenes in the cafeteria at the beginning. And I would play the movie and then get about halfway through and then lose interest, maybe go play with some Legos. And the next day I'd start it over from the beginning. So I've probably seen the first half of this movie more times than I care to admit at this point. It runs roughly $4 on eBay, but I bought it to keep it. And finally, I hit a Godfather Pond for $62 in merchandise. Now, this haul's a little bit harder to quantify because typically I just take how many titles, I divide it by the entire haul, those types of things. But in this haul is a 4K set, a Blu-ray, and a as-is Blu-ray player Samsung Ultra HD 4K for $38.03. Yeah, so it's hard to tell what a per title average would be unless I just average out everything but the Blu-ray player. But yeah, let's see what the titles are and the player. First up, we've got Doubt. This is a drama starring Meryl Streep, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Amy Adams. It's about a priest who's doing not great things and the nuns who serve below him, and how in the Catholic Church, there's like an order of power or like a power structure, how they can possibly challenge this priest on what he's doing, kind of tell him to cut it out, but at the same time knowing that he's causing real harm. I'm trying to avoid spoilers here, but you know what this is about. It's been in the news for quite a while. Anyway, this is a superbly acted movie. It's a straight drama, so don't expect any action. It's obviously a former Blockbuster rental. I'm going to remove this case, put it in a normal case, and keep it on my shelf. It's one of my favorites from the time. And here we've got the X-Men 3-film collection on 4K. This is the original X-Men, X-Men X2, X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand. So basically everything before the first class sequence of X-Men films. I already own this collection, so I don't need this copy. I bought it to flip it, and it was part of a package deal with the 4K player. My copy doesn't have this nifty little slipcover though, so I might keep that and just sell the rest. Either way, this runs about $33 on eBay. And here we go. This is the 4K player that I bought. This is a Samsung 4K player that Has definitely seen better days. You can see all kinds of scratches on the top. There's some gunk right here that I'm going to have to try to get off. It's not exactly your top of the line 4K player. It came with no remote, but at least it had the power cord. It was listed at $75. I talked him down to $38. And really my plans for this are to take it up to my family's cabin in Georgia. That way I've got a 4K player up there as well as down here. This is the first 4K player I've ever found in a pawn shop. Although I don't typically look, but I will be looking from now on. All right, there we go. 19 titles and a 4K player. Total cost of $91. Roughly a per title average of $2.68. And a total estimated value for the entire haul at $187. Not bad. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the YouTube algorithm. I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and the American way. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.